Hello, you beautiful souls, and we're back. This week we're looking at Monday the 15th to Sunday the 21st of Magical May, and there's a lot going on energetically. But before I get into that, I just wanted to quickly dip back into last week, the time I had off, everything that happened, everything that went on, and the amazing love and support and heartfelt wishes from you all, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all so much. I may not have replied, but I definitely read them all, and it really did make a tough time so much easier. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a weird reading because I've been guided to jump here, there, and everywhere, and I'm just going with what I'm guided to. I want to read last week's message again, because I feel like, I know I definitely did it, but I feel like there's a lot of you out there who may not have, and I am going to use the word you all threw at me, may not have been brave enough to dip into the well of your emotions. This was last week's weekly message, word for word. Dip into the well of your emotions. You are a spiritual being who signed up to have a human being experience here on earth. That means experiencing everything, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Emotions are not labeled good or bad, they just are, and it's important to feel them all. We all feel different emotions at different times in our lives, and it's a part of being human. Enjoy the highs, dive into the lows. Growth and expansion await from the vulnerability. From vulnerability comes empowerment. Okay, if you ignore or dismiss what you're feeling, you cause a disconnect from yourself and others. Once you truly deal by feeling and healing, there will be a sense of closure or completion. Know that everything's happening for you, the lessons, the growth, and the magical change. Awakening transformation happens by revealing these emotions, dealing with them, feeling them, and healing them by dipping into the well. So dip into the well of your emotions. Keep moving forward with the lessons and the blessings. I can literally say that paragraph was thrown back in my face today when I finally came back in here to get back on the saddle or back on the bike, or however, whatever terminology you want to use. That is everything I did. I allowed myself to dip into the well of emotions. I allowed myself to feel what I was feeling. And I have had this sense of closure and completion and growth and expansion from that vulnerability. So for whoever that is for, allow yourself to do that. Yes, it's damn scary. Yes, it's heartbreaking. But on the other side of that, think about a rain cloud. Think about your eyes and your soul as a storm that is full of rain and tears and flooding of emotion. What comes after that? That beautiful rainbow blessing. So I just felt like I needed to address that, the elephant in the room, if you will, before we move on with this week. So a big thank you to all of you. There was so much energy, whether you were mourning the loss of someone like myself, or whether you were just riding the emotional roller coaster of the eclipse season, the retrograde. Like, there was so much coming up, coming back from the past, or coming in, that it was really important that you dipped into that. So if you haven't, and you're trying to dismiss it, you're trying to bury it, please allow yourself to feel it, to deal with it, so that you can truly heal it and come out the other side of it all so much stronger. So this week we have a lot going on cosmic energy wise. Mercury went direct yesterday on the 14th, but there's still this shadow period for 7 to 10 days, but things will start to become clearer, okay? We have Jupiter moving into Taurus, and Jupiter's the planet of success and blessings and generosity. We have a Taurus New Moon, so it's time to appreciate what brings you joy and manifest more of that. So what is it that lights you up, that gives you that childlike joy? Tap into that, and with that new moon, plant those seeds of intentions, water them with love, nurture them with belief, and then surrender them to the soil of the universe. Surrender's a big word this week. I have notes everywhere. I'm reading from the book this week. I'm being guided to do things a little bit different, and that's okay. Then we have the sun moving from Taurus into Gemini at the end of the week. So ignite your creative ideas, embrace your soul's contract, and then make them a reality, make them part of your daily life. This month, expect magical change and expansion during Magical May. But this week, you will feel inspired to go for a fresh start. It's like hitting a cosmic reset button, if you will, which is why I was guided to this book for us this week, The Cosmic Journey. Using all of the new knowledge that has been reflected upon during retrograde eclipse season, okay? All of the new knowledge, information, and new perspectives to bravely move forward. So last week we had that the sacral chakra, the feeling chakra, with the card of emotions, and it was all about feelings, expressions, moods, and balance. This week we have the sacral chakra again with the card of money, finances, power, generosity, and abundance, with Jupiter coming in being the planet of generosity and blessings. You could say abundance. I feel like this is a really nice message for us, and I am being guided to read it from the book. It's time to move past any limited views or beliefs you may have about money and to allow more positive expression of this energy into your life. What patterns and perceptions around money currently operate in your life? What beliefs were handed to you by your parents and their parents and their parents? I know for me, when I read that, it's money doesn't grow on trees. And even as a child, my argument was, but it does. Paper comes from trees, and we have notes that are made from paper. And my mum used to roll her eyes, bless her. Money, like love, is about giving and receiving energy. Some people find it hard to give and show love. Others find it difficult to accept and feel worthy of love. The same goes with money. Are you generous? Are you willing and open to receive an abundance of money in your life? It's time. How would you feel if you had an abundance of money right now? What would you use it for? Who would you share it with? Does it make you feel anxious, worried, excited, or calm? Surprisingly, many people feel so overwhelmed with the power of money that they are actually frightened of it. Consider the ultimate life and person you came here to be. What beliefs and perceptions of money might that person have? Consider how this version of you will be a great steward of abundance for the good of all, and begin to walk in that path. The law of attraction will manifest your beliefs. Open and allow expansive energy when thinking about money. Be generous with yourself and others. Wherever you are on your money path, be ever grateful for the gifts and lessons it brings to your life. If you want more money, open your heart to give and receive more, and know it is coming to you. Embrace abundance and welcome in money. Use it consciously and pass it along. I grew up in a scarcity mindset. Parents divorced, didn't have money for swimming lessons, school camps, all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not here to give you a sob story, but for myself, this is really hard. It's hard for me I'm getting better at being open to being rich and happy and successful and abundance, knowing that it's all an energy. And I am so happy to give Why am I not so happy to receive? And I feel like that's something we can all work on. And these fish represent that yin and yang, that balance of giving and receiving. It is okay for us to receive everything that we are so quick to give, whether it be love, money, advice, whatever it is. And I absolutely love the cards that have come out for us today from this deck, and I will be reading these as well. It is about surrendering, and I have written a little, I had a beautiful dear friend, and I'm not going to throw her under the bus, but she sent me some beautiful words which I have kept here to read to you all, and then I've added something, but I feel like I want to read that at the very end. This is going to be a long reading, and I'm not going to apologize. Your 11-year-old self. Now, this card mentioned what was passed down to you by your parents and their parents and their parents. What old conditionings are we needing to break? That little boy or girl inside you never goes away unless you stop letting them out. Then they wither away inside. They are your magical inner child with a mischievous little grin and a sparkle in their eyes. Your 11-year-old self wants to play, explore, and feel safe. Your 11-year-old is also more perceptive than you realized. They know when they're safe and when they're not, and will create armor around their hearts to survive. How would you treat an 11-year-old? Coax your magical child to come out and play. What do you want to share with me from my childhood? It's okay. You're truly safe. Speak to your inner child. What do you want to share with me? What do you want me to know? And what did I see happen when I was young that I haven't been able to move away from? So if it is around money, then know that it is just a story and you can change the story. Today is a fresh page in the story of you. So rewrite that story. You are deserving of money. There is plenty. There is more than enough. And just because you have more than enough doesn't mean you're taking it away from anyone else. We then get my favorite saying. In the eyes of the divine, we're all perfect, but as humans, we're perfectly imperfect. And you are perfectly imperfect. We somehow want to be seen as perfect, with absolutely no defects, holes, or scars, but those imperfections make you more beautiful rather than less. They give you more empathy and more strength to face anything. When your heart is cracked wide open, the light finds its way in. That's how the song of our soul can flow into our lives. When your heart is cracked wide open, the light finds its way in. Crack wide open, your pain has meaning, your sorrow has held tremendous significance beyond what you may have considered already. Embrace it all, because your healed wounds become the medicine our world desperately needs right now. You are perfectly imperfect. We are all perfectly imperfect. And sometimes, and I know this is true for myself, sometimes we go through things so that we can help others to go through it, so that we can truly empathize and understand and appreciate what they're going through. So that we can help them rise. The phoenix rises into joyful abundance. It's time to surrender. Surrender is the word of the week. I really feel like that is the case. It is time to surrender your former smallness to your destiny of greatness. Are you ready to fully step forward into the total transformation of your life, your legacy, knowing that you will never be the same again? It's a scary thought because our identities are so closely aligned to who we think we are with our existing accomplishments. But all of that is just R&D. I'm not sure what that means for what lies ahead. I'm not sure. It's not about starting over. It's about taking everything you've developed, built and researched, succeeded with, failed at, intuited, struggled through and overcome. Every relationship you've nurtured, every connection you've made, every reputation you've built, every skill you've developed, it's all brought you right here and right now to this moment. And like a phoenix rising, your emergence into joyful abundance is inevitable. When you stop aiming for perfect, when you realize it's your cracks and your flaws that let the light shine in, but also let your light shine out, you rise into joyful abundance. And the last card we get is your effortless effort is fully required. And what I love is we get the money card and we have the wallet show up here. It's a complex paradox, right? How can you provide your effortless effort? As you play with the cosmic concepts, you'll start to develop a sense of when to push and when to just allow. There's a dance of action and surrendering, of doing and being. By putting your full heart and 100% effort into something, you actually win. Putting in the work, when it comes from a true place of meaning, is in itself your reward. It's only the attachment to results that could create disappointment, frustration, or depression. Think about it. When you have expectations and they are not met, you're upset, right? And if you're waiting on outside praise or recognition, you're always waiting. By having no attachment, you are free. Your full effortless effort is also required because we're all in this together. What is called for now is a solution for everyone, every sentient being, every stakeholder on the planet. When is the last time you felt in a state of flow and effortless effort? When was the last time you gave up on needing to know how and just allowed? Find this balance in give and take, not only in money. Money is just energy. Find the balance in that give and take, okay? Go back to your childhood. What are some old stories that need to be rewritten? Because no one is perfect. And I'm not saying go back here and belittle your parents, because they were perfectly imperfect too. But by going back here and sorting out the shit from the sparkle, because I do see it's meant to be a volcano, but I always see it as a pile of shit. Working through the shit to find the sparkle, to find the star, to find what lights you up. You get to rise into this joyful abundance where your wallet is open to give, open to receive. Your heart is open to give, open to receive. And the last little bit that I wrote, this is what was sent to me from a dear friend yesterday before I drew the cards this morning, and the word surrender just keeps coming up. And her words were, surrender. Why? Surrender and accept your emotional distress. From surrender, we start to feel. We feel to heal, they say, but why? Because healing brings acceptance. Acceptance brings alignment. We start to feel peace within our body, mind, and soul. Strength and courage can then follow. We are such resilient souls, and when we allow ourselves the freedom, we are such resilient souls when we allow ourselves the freedom to surrender. Surrender to the ebb and flow of life, the highs and lows, the gives and takes, the yes and no's, the stops and goes. And my little add-on, we are perfectly imperfect souls rising into joyful abundance. It's sensing when to push and when to allow, when to take action and when to surrender, and when to do the do and when to simply be the human being that you are here to be. You are not a human doing, you are a human being. So sometimes it's just about allowing without knowing how, surrendering to the emotions, surrendering to the divine, surrendering to the power of divine manifestation. And where you focus is where your energy goes. So focus on what brings you joy and manifest more of that. Ignite your creative ideas. Embrace your soul's contract. What are you here to do? Make that a reality. This week, you will feel inspired for a fresh start. It's like hitting that cosmic reset button. Okay, this is what I want to do. All the cosmic energy is helping you to do this. Use all of this new knowledge and wisdom and information and new perspectives to bravely move forward and rise into joyful abundance. And abundance isn't just money. You don't need to, and I say this often, you don't need to be rich to live an abundant life. I hope that made sense, because I feel like it was all over the place, but I do feel like it came together quite well. And it's good to be back. So much healing, love, laughter, and gratitude for the last week from all of you beautiful souls. Your intuitive life coach, Tracy. Stay well, stay safe, and above all else, stay true to you. And remember this year's motto, 2023 is all about me, and there's no limits to what I can have, do, or be. And I can't believe this has gone for 22 minutes. No apologies from me. It's good to be back. And I love you all. Thank you so, so much.